Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rajiv S. Khanna from immigration.com, the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna, PC. So, we are recording this LinkedIn audio conversation. Please be mindful that these recordings will be made publicly available. So, talk about only something that you can comfortably share with everyone. This does not create an attorney-client relationship, and this is not a substitute for one-on-one detailed consultation. But I'll do my best in the time we have. Information is being given as is, no guarantees. Okay. Let's get started. We are starting a little early, but I would rather start early than late. Let me see. Ishan is the first one in my view. So let's start with Ishan. Ishan, can you unmute yourself? Ishan Sharma?
Hi, Rajiv.
Haji, how can I help you? Tell me.
So I'm in a situation right now. Like I got laid off on Feb 13th,
Mm-hmm.
and then I joined the new company. We filed the petition for H1B transfer. I was
Mm-hmm.
in H1B when I got laid off
Mm-hmm.
on Feb 13th.
Yes.
So I joined new company with the H1B transfer petition.
Mm-hmm.
Till now, we haven't received any receipt from USCIS because of the delay in the centers.
Okay.
And but unfortunately I got again laid off on April 7.
Ouch. Okay.
And the thing is, I'm not sure whether what's gonna be my grace period. And luckily I got new employer to file the case. We have filed the LCA yesterday, and we will be in issuing, like we'll be taking they'll be taking care of my premium processing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll be filing the premium processing by next midweek,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we get the LCA approved.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know what is the outcome of the case now.
Wow. Okay. So let's analyze this. First of all, I'm assuming that you had a full 60 days, and that's decided by whether your I-94 was good for at least 60 days. So assuming that you had 60 days, you got an H-1B filed, and it's still pending, right?
Yes, it was still pending, but I got laid off on
Okay.
April 7th from the last employer.
Are they going to withdraw that H-1B? Are they going to let it proceed to its conclusion?
So, attorney which I have hired, she told them like once we get the receipt, then they can take care of the pending case. Like if they're gonna withdraw it, but still we have to, wait for the receipt from the USCIS.
Okay, so that wasn't the question. The question was, do you know whether they're going to withdraw? Why that is important is, if they do not withdraw the case and that gets approved, then your second case becomes good as gold because it was filed while the first one was still pending. If, on the other hand, the old employer revokes or withdraws your pending case, then your second case becomes a problem, sort of, kind of. Why? Because if the government does not give you status within the United States, you'll just have to go outside USA, get a visa stamping, and come back. If you already have an existing H-1B visa, you might be able to use that. So bottom line is, it's not the end of the world. Don't think so much like it's going to be a big problem. But in a perfect world, if the old employer did not withdraw the case, let it proceed to completion, that would be of advantage to you. Okay? All good?
So if in any case if in any case he withdraw the case, then can, like, the case which we gonna be filing right now,
Yeah.
is there any chance to get approval, or what is the
Well,
outcome of
you'll
that?
get an approval, but you might have to travel outside the United States to come back in again, get a visa stamp and come back. Not the end of the world. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck, sir. I'm gonna move on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dhananjay. All right. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Rajiv. Thank you.
Kafka,
Thanks
huh?
for the
Kafka वाला बंदा है. Kafka is in big demand. Okay.
Oh yeah, actually, I work for Confluent.
Mhm.
But
Go
yeah,
ahead.
hope you are doing good.
All good. Thank you.
So I'm here today for my friend. So my friend has a question.
Mhm.
He's in India right now. So
Mhm.
he got picked up with some employer. He got picked up the H1
Mhm.
lottery,
Mhm.
and he has given the I-797C, which
Mhm.
is notice of action, I guess.
Mhm.
So he want to know like whether it is original or fake. How he's asking me like how to check that. I tried myself here
Okay.
because a lot of things happening around from last year. So
Okay.
I just want to know,
Okay.
verify like whether it is original or not. This is my first question. And second question, uh, so what is the process of converting H4 to an F1? And do we have any, uh, you know, do we have any problems in doing so, or like how easy is the process in doing
Okay.
in converting that H4 to F1? So these are my
Okay.
questions.
So I've not been asked this question before. How do we verify if a document is genuine or not? The only way I can think of is for you to enter that number in your My USCIS account and see if it pulls up something. So you have a receipt number on that. So try doing
Yes.
that. And if it works, drop me a message. If you are connected with me, just drop me a message. Otherwise, you can just email me at help@immigration.com. I would be most interested in knowing that worked or not. So I think it would work.
Basically the notice of action has only beneficiary number, so there is no receipt number. So for that reason we are not able to search that in USCIS. I tried myself like
Wow, man,
last.
these are some interesting
There is no place
employers.
to search.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. The simple answer is I don't know. The only way I know, I mean, you could even try calling the USCIS customer service to see if
I'll do that.
they can verify. And just say, this is my receipt number. I want to verify what the start date is, or something like that. See what happens.
Okay,
So
sure.
I don't know, but whatever works, let me know. Those are the only two things I can think of. About the conversion of H4 to F1, you obviously have two choices. One is to apply for a change of status, which can take many, many months. But to the best of our knowledge, there's no problem in starting school. Double check with the DSO. So as soon as you file, you can start going to school. Then the second option is to go outside USA for a visa stamping. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think that it's difficult to predict the chances of an H4 holder to get an F1, but it's easier to predict the chances of an F2 holder to get an F1 because they usually have better chances, in my view, because they have already been put through the same criteria that an F1 is put through. So to go back to your question, what are my choices? Converting H4 to F1, apply within USA or go outside USA. Are you good?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thanks, Rajiv.
You're welcome. All right. So can you move yourself, Dhananjay? Yeah, good. Okay. Kaushika is next. Kaushika, can you unmute yourself? Should I be doing it? Oh, you can. Good. Go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv. I just wanted to ask, if a sibling files for a green card, if a U.S. citizen sibling files for a green card for someone on F1 visa, how long does it typically take to get a green card?
Oh, about 15 years.
Okay, so even if you're currently in the U.S. on F1, it still takes the same time?
That makes no difference, ma'am.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah, you can just move yourself down.
Yeah.
Let's go to Suhas. Suhas, unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Rajiv.
How are you?
I was hoping to know if I'm doing good. I was hoping to know if a change of status from F1 to L1B is possible because I worked for the organization prior to starting my graduate studies over here, and it's within the 3-year window that I worked over there.
Yeah, you can. As long as you meet all the relevant criteria. To answer the simple question, can I go from F1 to L1B change of status? Absolutely. Okay.
Even though I'm right now in OPT.
I don't care. OPT is F1. Make no mistakes about that.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
But the gap in employment between the time
that's a different question. So the date you apply for your L1, you must have worked for at least 1 year outside the United States out of the last 3 years. Okay.
Okay.
There is an exception for people who continue working for the same group of companies, but that's not your case. You were in school. So 1 year out of the last 3. All right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Move yourself down. Dobala, unmute yourself, please.
Good afternoon, Rajiv.
Good afternoon.
Currently, I'm working for full-time for, Cigna Insurance. So this year, my H1 was didn't pick it. So this is my second year in my OPT. So like the question was, if next year the numbers was very high right now. So if I didn't pick, so, I had a backup plan to move to Canada. My question is, I had another employer who want to file my I-140 right now. So that my case, if I'm working for some other company as a full-time employee, but is there any way to file I-140 on my name?
Yes.
What are the chances?
Yeah, that's done all the time. Applying for a future employee is done all the time. So is it possible? Absolutely. Even while you're outside USA? Absolutely.
Okay. So do I need to be on his payroll for some time? Or
you do not.
If I'm...
You do not. All right.
Okay. The wait time is same, the regular process.
Yeah, nothing is going to change on that.
Okay. Thank you. So what if my H1 was not picked for next 3 years, but if I got my I-140? So
yeah, so it's good. Then you just see, H1B and green card are two parallel lines that shall never meet. So you can go ahead and get your I-140 processed and even ultimately get your green card and still not be successful in H1B. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck. Sashank, go ahead, please. Guys, keep moving yourself out as I... Yeah.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hi.
I'm working for a company called CSI. We are into renewable energy sector. I came here in F1 back in 2016, did my master's, and I switched to H1B in 2019. Roughly, I've stayed in H1B for the last 4 years. I have 2 years left in H1B to complete the course of 6 years, right? And my employer is currently they're applying for my EB2 green card right now.
All right.
They've applied. The status of that is they've applied the ETA 9089, which was submitted back in November of last year. And I checked the processing time with the. For the ETA 9089, it's currently roughly 8 to 9 months.
Right.
That's what it's taking right now. So that being said, do you see, we had high hopes on, when this Biden administration came back, we thought there's an Eagle Act that's coming up. There are several things that came up, relaxing this EB2 category, for a fast track. Do you see any movement in that or everything? I'm just trying to understand, what is the hope on EB2? I only have 2 years left. So I'm kind of I'm figuring out if for a backup plan to move to Canada. So
okay.
I was wondering,
so
what is your
hang on. Let me first of all, let me just let you know that chances of you being able to continue to work for the next several years are pretty good, even past your H1B. Why? Because remember, there are two provisions in the law, 104, 106, two different sections of the law. One section says, we will give you H1B extension beyond 6 years based upon the time your green card has been pending. The other section says, we'll give you extension beyond 6 years based upon the stage your green card is at. So you can get H1B extension based upon the time of pendency or the stage you have come to. If your labor cert has been pending, started and pending at any stage, whether it's appeal or current filing, after 1 year of pendency, you can keep getting H1B extensions beyond 6 years. So you are quite safe, right?
Got it.
Then if the I-140 gets approved, then you get the extensions in 3 yearly chunks, which is even cooler. On top of that, if the I-140 remains unrevoked for 180 days, let me back off a little bit. The moment your I-140 is approved, that priority date becomes your property forever and ever and ever.
Right.
So even if you change employer, start the green card all over again, the date is safe. And on top of that, if the I-140 remains pending for 180 days, your right to the priority date was already there. Now you also have the right to extend your H-1B through any employer. You have to start your green card again, but you keep getting your H-1B extensions just because your I-140 was approved and stayed approved for 180 days. So you're pretty cool. I mean, I don't see any immediate need for you to start packing your bags. Things look okay to me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Raju.
You're welcome. As far as what is going to happen in the future, guys, I really can't predict. All I can tell you is when I did my green card, and I don't mean to make you feel bad, but when I did my green card, it took 6 months from the date of filing to the date of receipt. All the way, labors and everything. So things are not looking as good. And I think partly it's because there is, well, 1.5 billion of us. That's part of the problem. So we'll see how it goes. Things are changing in many ways. Let's see what the Constitution of Congress is in 2024 and the White House is in 2024. So we'll see. Okay.
Thank you so much, Raju.
Good luck. Bye-bye. Vinay, unmute yourself. Vinay.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello,
Thank you for
sir.
your time.
Of course.
So my question is, I'm currently working as a full-time with an employer A, and then I have a future offer with an employer B. I was parallelly giving interviews while I was. It's been a year with my current employer, but unfortunately, my current employer with I'm working, my H1 did not get picked, but my future employer got picked. But the problem is my current employer is willing to put me back with a higher pay range and all. So I'm looking for options to stay with my current employer, but having the H1 status.
Okay, so I'm nervous about these cases. I actually had a consultation with the gentleman with exactly the same pattern as you gave me. The only difference was he was at a director level, pretty senior guy. The company, which is, let's say, a Fortune 500 company, wanted to keep him, but his green card was picked through a consulting company. So the question was, the consulting company is okay for me to be placed back at this company, which is kind of what you are thinking. So my advice to him and to you is this. First of all, this can be a dangerous situation because the government could open your case and say, wait a minute, this guy is jumping ship and he applied for this company for H1B and he applied from this other company also. This looks like a violation and a collusion. So with the other guy, what transpired was that it was pretty improbable that these two companies would collude, and they did not. That's what he guaranteed. He says, assured, these companies don't even know each other. There's no commonality. They never talked to each other before, and they will not talk to each other. Everything is going through me. And the company is like you. This company is also giving a huge raise. So I actually went and looked at all the decided cases. There were only 3 cases dealing with electronic registration issues in the entire United States federal court system. None of them really addressed this issue. There were only 3 cases in the Administrative Appeals Office that dealt with this or something related to this issue. None of them directly addressed this issue. So what I told him was, in my view, it looks like government has not been making a big deal of this, especially if the companies are unrelated, which is allowed by law anyway. And if there is no collusion or allegation of collusion, it should be okay. But, I want you to consider this carefully, Vinay. This is not something I can advise you flippantly. It's just, those are the parameters you are working with. As long as the companies are completely unrelated, it should be reasonably safe. That's the best I can tell you. Okay?
Okay. And One other question, sorry, one follow-up question. Let's say if I've decided to move to the company where my H1 got picked, right? So what is the timeline that I'm looking for? Like, should I move right away, or can I wait until September 30 or October 1st, whenever the change of status is?
Are you currently on OPT? Is that your current status?
Right, I'm currently on OPT.
And you have cap extension?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you can only join, or you are obliged to join the new company only on October 1st. Before that, you can continue working with the current employer. No problem. Okay.
Okay. And yeah. Okay.
It's okay not to have any question also. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I do this every week. 1 week, I have started doing it now. This is the second time. 1 week, we'll do it on LinkedIn. The other week, we have a personal line, conference line on which we do it. So you have plenty of time to talk, not to worry. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Vinod, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv. Thank you for your time again. I have a quick question, but I will give you a summary background about myself.
Okay.
So I am on H1B. I have my I-140 approved in 2019. So my wife is on H4 and I want to apply for her EAD now. I have never applied for her EAD. And now we are planning to visit India. Like we haven't left the country in the last 6-7 years. I mean, she has not left the country in 6 years. So we want to go to India, but I wanted to check if we can travel while her EAD is in application now, or is it better to wait and come back after a couple of months and then file for EAD?
Okay.
Well, because I know there are chances that there could be biometrics or anything else that can come up in between.
Okay. So I'm not sure what the situation with the H4 EAD biometrics is. I forget whether they are still doing them or not. Our team would know, but I don't know off the top of my head. You know that if you had filed everything, premium processing, including your H1B, that H4 EAD would be approved premium also, right? You know that.
Yes, I missed that opportunity. I didn't know at that time. But,
no worries. No worries.
Yeah, I have not renewed or done anything in the recent past.
No worries. And right now, what you have filed for is H4 extension or just the EAD?
I have, she has a valid H4 extension approved.
Okay.
It is not pending anymore.
Okay. So this is, I always like to double check everything. I haven't double checked this, but I do remember when the H4 EAD regulations were first announced, this was one of the questions raised by a commentator, and USCIS responded that if you travel while your EAD is pending, it could delay your EAD, but it doesn't automatically invalidate the application. That's the last thing I remember. I think it can be done. Okay. But double check it. How can you double check it? You can try going to the Federal Register where these regulations were announced. They usually have all the comments, not usually, they always have all the comments and answers. So you can go to ECFR, become like half a lawyer yourself, or just hire a lawyer, let them look it up for you. All right?
Yes, sir.
I think it can be done. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Ashish, go ahead, please. Vinod, move yourself down, please.
Hey, Rajiv. Hi.
Yes, sir.
I have a specific question regarding travel. So basically, I wanted to ask, can someone travel outside the country if their H1B is picked?
Wait. What was the question? Can someone travel outside the country if their H1 is what?
If the H1B is picked in the lottery.
H1 is picked,
but
okay.
The petition is not.
Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If the H1B is not yet filed, you can travel. If you go to my blog, it's immigration.com. On the very top gray bar, there's my blog. On about the third page of my blog, there's an entry for students to travel. It's a fairly large-sized infographic or mind map, which tells you exactly how you can and cannot travel. So the summary answer is yes, you can, but make sure you talk with your DSO, get your I-20 endorsed for travel, have proof of your employment, and have proof of continued employment. So carry pay stubs, W-2s, anything that you have, as well as a confirmation from the employer that they have the job for you when you come back. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Take care. Nidhi, go ahead, please, ma'am. Nidhi Parmar, you can unmute yourself. Chali, I'll try doing it for you. Actually, I can't. Nidhi, if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself. All right. Lokesh, how about you?
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, sir. So I have a question for myself and for one of my colleagues. So the first question, so I'm working on F1 OPT. Like I have recently graduated and started working for a company. So my question here is like my H1B lottery is also picked up for this year. So can I continue working on my F1 OPT for like 3 years, like including my STEM OPT? And then convert my F1 OPT to H1B, like applying for the change of status. So is it possible after 3 years?
No. You have to file the H1B. You have to file the H1B before 90-day deadline, I think is June. If you don't, then you would lose your place. But can you file it consular processing so that you don't get change of status? My only concern is, at some point, the government had argued that until you get visa stamp or change of status, you're not outside the lottery yet. So I would be concerned about that interpretation, although I think that's wrong. So if I were you, I wouldn't fool around with it. I would just change status.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one question from one of my cousins. So he's currently working on F1 OPT. And so is it legal to work for like multiple employers on F1 OPT?
Absolutely. As long as it is first year OPT, actually even STEM OPT, you can work for multiple employers with the permission and 983s from all the employers. First year OPT is really easy as long as it is in his major, whatever his major is. If it's computer science, it's a computer science job. He can have 2, 3, 4, 5 employers. He can even freelance.
Okay, got it.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Nidhi, if you're back, you can unmute yourself. All right. So let's see, whom do we have next? I think it was, did we lose somebody? Rishabh, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv. Thanks for this session. I had 2 questions. So the first of all, my H1 got picked this time, and this was my last attempt. And my EAD expires on sometime in July.
Okay.
So my question was, if there is, if we can we transfer approved H1B petitions and change employers first, because October 1st is when it gets activated.
Yeah. So yeah, you can actually transfer H1Bs. We've done that. You can transfer H1B even before October 1st, but make sure your old employer does not revoke your H1B before October 1st, because then you would lose the lottery.
Got it. Makes sense. And is there an option for the employer to not withdraw the H1B after, say, a layoff or something?
Sure. They can choose not to withdraw. If we are talking about in general, that's different. But in the lottery situation, their obligation to pay you doesn't start till October 1st. So if they don't withdraw, where is the harm?
Got it. So it doesn't force them to, let's say there was a layoff in July, and it doesn't force them to pay me from July to October to keep me on H1, is it?
Not at all. Their obligation to start paying kicks in on October 1st. Okay.
Got it. And does this, sorry, just last question, does this affect since this is my this is my 3rd year in OPT, and I'll need a cap gap from July to October. So does this change in employer or even a layoff, does that affect my cap gap at all, or is cap gap granted as soon as I get?
So you just need to update your I-20, talk to your DSO. So question is, can you change employers during cap gap? Yes, you can. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you, Rajiv. Thank you.
You're welcome, Rishabh. Abu, Muhammad Abu, Talha.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for this session. So I'm a F1 student planning to graduate soon, and I had two questions actually. So the first question is, if I time my graduation right, do I get the chance of applying for H1B 4 times? Let's say if I graduate somewhere on April.
Yeah, let me back you up a little bit. Just remember one rule. If your OPT expires, let me just make it very precise. Is it after April 1st or on or after April 1st? Yes. If your OPT expires on or after April 1st, you are entitled to cap extension, right?
Yes.
So that means if you time your OPT filing in a way that you are always ending close to April 1st, you might get a little bit extra time.
Okay. So I can get chance for 4 times.
Yeah, you're shooting for OPT ending on or after April 1st. That's what you're shooting for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy,
and
you are quite the planner, Abu. When I was a student, I had no idea what I was doing. You guys are so smart. All right, go ahead. What else is your question?
Yeah, another question is, if I have two job offers, can both of the employers apply for the H1B at the same year?
Yeah, if you got selected by both, they are completely independent of each other. There's no collusion. Absolutely, yes, they can.
Okay. And suppose if I am an H1B, last question, if I am H1B cap exempt and I'm moving to a cap limited H1B based on an industry, so I know you have to go to the lottery again, lottery system, if you have never been to a lottery system.
Yes.
But does the validity of the new H1B visa, is it 6 years or is it 6 year minus the time that you have served in H1B cap exempt?
You have a total of 6 years.
A total of 6 years. So suppose if I am in 2 years for cap exempt, then I get 4 years in the new H1B.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. Archana?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm on F1 and I'm on my second year OPT, and next year will be my last chance. I didn't get picked this time on H1B, and if I was preparing for worst case, if at all I didn't get picked next year, what are all the options? And I read about the day one CPT, but my question here is, I always had a plan to do MBA. I was considering this option. Okay, I'll study about management side a little bit. If I don't get picked, I'll immediately. I was just reading about this. So my question here is, I have already applied for CPT during my master's, and I have done internship during that CPT for 2 semesters. So how
so
can I apply for day1 CPT and
hang on,
continue?
let me back you up a little bit. So the rules are very weird. If I remember correctly, the rule is if you start your CPT before getting your OPT, okay, and you do 1 full year of full-time CPT, you have no more OPT. Okay, but if you finish your OPT, you do your STEM OPT or all the OPTs, can you still use a CPT? Yes. Are you confined to a certain number of months or years? You are not. So if you do your CPT after your OPT, there is no restriction. Is that your question?
Okay. Yes. I have used CPT for 8 months during my masters. After that, I did OPT, and I'm currently working on my OPT, STEM OPT.
Yeah, if you have to go back to CPT, there should be no restriction on how long.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that cleared. And one more question: if at all it gets like I had to travel during that CPT, like next year when I apply for
go to my blog.
University.
Go to my blog, immigration.com. I think it's the third page. I'm pretty sure it's the third page. There's an entry. Actually, I'm wrong. I've been telling people third page. Third page is CPT. I think it's the fourth or the fifth page where we have this whole map about traveling, students traveling during H1, etc. So that covers all the areas. So travel is possible, but there are certain areas that you should avoid. So just review that. Too much for me to go through in this meeting. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Good luck.
Thank you. One last question. I was looking at all the options and I figured out my company won't be able to send me to Canada or somewhere. So if you can guide me where I can refer to what are all the options.
Too much ground to cover. That's like a 3-hour conversation. So I would not be able to do it now. Maybe another time.
Yeah, if you have a blog.
I can. I'm not getting a lot of time these days to write something down.
Okay.
So whenever I get a little chance, I'll draw up the options for you guys. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Sapna, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
So currently, I'm on my H1B, and I recently laid off, and it's been a 10 days. So I'm on my grace period. So I was looking for an option. So I found that I can switch to B1, B2 status and look for an employer. And if I found an employer, then I can again move to the H1B. So is it possible, and how much time it takes? Like on which time I should start the process to convert this?
Okay. So your first question is, can I move to B1, B2? Yes, you can. Second question is, how long does it take? Well, that's where things get really stupid. Why? Because typically you will only ask for 6 months on B1, B2. And the government usually takes more than 6 months to decide the case. Okay. So if you haven't found a job, even by the time that 6 months that you asked for is expiring, you should go ahead and ask for another extension for another 6 months while the first one is still pending.
Okay.
Let me finish. I'm not done yet. So, in other words, daisy chain your extensions because it takes more time than you asked for. Okay. Now here is the part that you need to know. What if you get another H1B filed while this one is still pending? The B2 is still pending. So then the worst case scenario, you just have to go get an H1B visa stamp or travel back into the US with an H1B visa. That's the worst case scenario, not the end of the world.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
So I should do this process as soon as possible. That you are saying?
I am advising most people to file for B2 probably on the 55th day, 5-5. Not a magic number, but I think it's a good idea if something gets screwed up, and do it online because that way you know right away if you have filed it correctly. Okay. And for everybody who's here who needs to apply for a B2, you can do it online. Make sure you read the instructions on the form very carefully. Whatever is the required evidence must be submitted. I recommend adding a letter that says I was unexpectedly laid off, explaining your circumstances. But I have enough money to support myself. I'm looking for jobs. I will not work without authorization. And that should be the end of it. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Deepak?
Hi, sir. So my doubt is, like, after getting H1B, like filing green card through sibling will be easier or through employer, and like how much time it will take in both the scenarios?
So let's look at it again, Deepak. I'm not sure I understand the question. You said filing a green card through the employer, through what else? Sorry, what other options are there?
Through sibling.
Oh, through sibling.
Like family based.
Yeah, that's a 15-year turnaround. So that's not really, remember, you can have green cards going through multiple categories. So file through as many categories as you like. But the green card through the sibling is a good 15-year life cycle. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
And one more, So, for example, like we get EAD card after we apply for green card, right? And we can work on.
That's going to happen in 15 years. That's not going to happen today. Maybe 16 years. Yeah.
Oh, like the EAD card also I'll get after 15 years?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Sahas, or is it Sahas? Mr. Naluri.
Sahas.
Haji Sahas Sahab. Tell me.
Thanks. So I started my second master's on Jan 2023, Jan 9th. So, and my H1B has been approved in counselor process on January 18th. And I lost my client on January 19th. So after that, due to the family emergency, on February 2nd, I came to India.
Sahas, I'm not going to remember all these. I'm not going to remember all these dates. So don't worry about the dates. Yeah, just tell me.
Yeah,
so you applied. Hang on. Back up a little bit. You gave me a lot of dates with no substance, so I really don't know what I'm focusing on. So first of all, you applied for an H1B, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you hang on. Let me ask the questions. You were on student status, right? F1?
Yes.
So you applied for a change of status, correct?
No, I did not apply for that.
You applied for counselor. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you applied for counselor processing of H1B and you have left the United States. Okay. Now you're in India.
No, it has been approved. After that, I left the country.
Achha, okay. So you got approved and you left with the approval, but you still need to get a visa stamp. Okay, got it. Then what happened?
So as I had F1 visa, after coming to India, then again I left to US. When I am returning to US, the CBP officers has stopped me and they sent me back saying that you don't have a service ID active.
Okay.
So you don't have any valid status. So I am sending you back.
Yes, that's normal because, well, actually not normal. Let me rephrase that. If you were still on OPT, your DSO should not have deactivated your service because you did not ask for a change of status. So you need to contact your DSO to correct the service entry.
Yeah, I did not complete, Raju. Again, when I come back to India, I have sent an email to DSO saying that I don't have any change of status. Why is my service ID inactive?
Right.
Then my DSO told that USCIS has deactivated your service, thinking that you have a change of status.
Yeah.
Then I have sent them the I-797B form.
Right.
Then she has activated my service ID.
Okay.
But she's telling that USCIS has deactivated your service, not me.
They can do a data fix. It's the SEVIP who decides what happens. So, did they do a data fix?
Yes.
Okay, then what happened?
I don't know what they did, but right now my service ID is active.
Okay.
She has sent me a screenshot that I spoke to USCIS and your service ID has been active now.
Okay. Okay. So you're all set
but
then.
When I'm entering the US last time, the CBP officers has cancelled my visa and told me that again go to US consulate and get your visa stamp and come back to country.
Right. So you have to do that. If they cancel your visa, you have to reapply. You don't have a choice here.
Okay. So like what are the possibilities that I have? Like can I come on F1 or H1?
You can,
what is the best way?
If you still have a job, of course, H1B is great. If you can get an H1B visa stamping and come, sure.
I don't have a client. I have employer, but I don't have a client.
Yeah, though you shouldn't come on H1B. Then F1 is the only option. Sahas, this is not an easy question to answer. This is going to be a toss of a coin. If you do an H1B without a project, that is, in my view, that's a big problem. Don't even think about it. So the only logical option is either get a project, the same project for which your H1B was approved, and it looks like you've come through a staffing company. Consulates in India are creating hell for staffing companies. So F1 could be another option. I'm not sure I can give you an answer to what is the better thing to do. You know what the components of your problem are. You decide. Okay.
And the college has, when I asked the college to give me any document stating that this has been done by error, then the college is telling me that this is a mistake from the USCIS.
Well, hang on. That doesn't make any difference to your visa situation. But who made the mistake doesn't matter. It was a mistake. It has been corrected. Okay. That's not the problem here. The problem is, are you truly an intending student? That's what the visa is given for. If you try to say that, they'll say, then why did you apply for the H1B? Then on the other hand, if you try to get an H1B without a project, I think that's a big problem. Between the two, I think student is a lesser problem, legally speaking. Rest is your choice. Okay. I got to go on to my next question. Sure, all right. Good luck.
Sure. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Raj.
Nidhi, are you here? Nidhi Parmar?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, ma'am. You're hard to find. Yeah. We've been calling on you for a while.
Sorry.
No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. So
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
No, not very well.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, my STEM OPT EAD card expires on 8th of June, and I'm planning to do day 1 CPT, but my employer is not kind of fully agreeing to do day 1 CPT. They are still assuming that it might have some high scrutiny from USCIS and so I'm still trying to convince them so they can agree. And so I also had one more question. So my school starts first is the early summer, which is starting from 6th of May. And the next is starting 6th of July. So I had a question. So in that grace period, like once my EAD expires, which is 8 June 2023. So I'll be still eligible to enroll for the July classes starting from the July, right? In that 60 days grace period.
Okay. I'm not sure I've been able to keep track of your questions. So if the question is, and I'm going to put it generically, if the question is, can I apply for reverting back to student status within the 60 days? Absolutely. Because that 60 days is still considered to be validly maintaining status.
Okay.
Anything else?
And regarding like to make the employer understand like what I'm confused. Like they are saying it might be highly scrutinized and they are still figuring out and there may be something harm to them. So what is the best way to
get them to
arrange a meeting with the lawyers?
Get them to talk to a good lawyer, somebody who knows what they're doing. Sure. Okay.
Okay, and I wanted to ask, does your team supports the immigration, like such kind of meetings, or is it something that I can hire your team to do that? Or?
Absolutely. If you want us to assist, just send us an email to my email, help@immigration.com. We can set up a consultation for you, and you can bring in your employer. Okay.
Okay.
And of course, their lawyers are welcome to join as well.
Yes. Okay.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Sudhirji, go ahead. Sudhir K. Sudhir.
Hello.
No. This is Sudhir K. I'm asking for. The guy who's lounging against the wall. So there. Okay, I guess not. Karnik, go ahead. You are next.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a question on behalf of my sister. She works as a physical therapist, and I'm not sure if this is immigration-based related question, but still, I just wanted your opinion on it. So currently, she works as an H-1B with her current employer, and it's a full time. And it's something like during her working, she had signed a contract that, committing for 3 years. And if she resigns before that, she has to pay for H-1B transfer and I-140 fees, including the attorney fees.
That's illegal.
But right now,
that's an illegal clause in the contract. That's immigration law. So contracts are a matter of state law. But when there is a clause in violation of immigration law, I can talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because the thing is like,
so hold on.
Right now,
hold on.
Okay.
If you want really detailed article on this, you can go to our website, immigration.com. Okay.
Okay.
On the very top gray ribbon, there is something that says About Us. Go into that. It says about Rajiv as Khanna. That's my name. And against that, one of the entries is legal publications by Rajiv. If you go into my legal publications, 7 or 8 years ago, I wrote an article for a legal publication that says liquidated damages in H-1B employment. Liquidated damages. Okay. And there's a huge detailed article that says you cannot do it. It's illegal. And you can't recover. Those fees have to be paid by the employer. They can't do that. And if the employer sues her, have her contract lawyer contact me, her litigation lawyer contact me. I'll explain the law to them from the immigration perspective. Or you can just give them a copy of my article. It's still good law.
Okay, sounds
all
good.
Right.
Okay, sure.
Good luck.
Thank you, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Akash, go ahead, please.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Rajiv.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So currently I'm working for Startup A, and I have an offer from Startup B, completely unrelated. And my H-1B got picked from Startup B, but I'm currently working for A. Also, the one more sub clause, I'm traveling to Dubai for a conference, and I'll be back by May. So as I saw your immigration laws flowchart, that should not be a problem, right?
Right. So if you are going to come back and apply for an H-1B, you only have to worry about connecting with your DSO, making sure all the formalities are complete.
Okay. And the second thing is like now, can I shift? I'm currently on F1. Can I shift on May to company B and then file the petition after I join?
No, why not? As long as you meet the deadline. They're gonna,
and none of these companies are any consultants or any other thing.
Yeah, so as long as you meet the deadline, number one, and number two, as long as you straighten out the paperwork with their DSO, no problem.
And the new company would have to do LCA, right? So does that take long or?
LCA takes 7 days, but you can also get the LCA done beforehand. But if I were you, I would have the package prepared and ready to go.
Got it.
Okay.
Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ishwar? Ishwar Krishna?
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Thank you for answering my question.
Sure.
Yeah. I have a question regarding H-1B pilot program for stamping in US. Can you give any information regarding this? There's not much.
Let me clarify. That used to be called 2015 or so when it was discontinued. Till then, it was called visa revalidation. Okay. So the visa revalidation process worked like this. It did not work for first-time H-1B visas, but if you were renewing your visa, you didn't have to go outside USA. You could send your passport with the payment and the approval notice of the H-1B. They will stamp the passport with a new visa stamp and mail the paperwork back to you. They are thinking of re-establishing that. right now. It's supposed to be done in this year, but so far I have no news on that. All right.
All right. So I have read the news as it is applicable for first time stamping users, not the renewal. Is it the opposite?
It was the opposite back in till 2015. Now I don't know what they are thinking now. I would be surprised. Actually, you know what? There's a difference. I don't think in 2015 there was an investigative arm of the State Department in the United States. So now they have Kentucky Consular Center. So maybe they can do it for the first time also. But it didn't used to be like that. That much I can tell you. Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Good luck. Sudhir, are you back? Sudhir? I think I'll have to move him out. All right. Sumit, go ahead, please. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. I'm on H1B, and I got laid off, and I'm on the H1B grace period.
Okay.
So yeah, we have options to F1, B1, B2, but what do you suggest? Like, should I move to B2 if I don't get a job after 55 days during grace period, or just go back to India and apply? Like, what is your advice?
Well, the only advantage of being in the United States is that it's easier to interview. If you're in India and most companies are okay with just interviewing you on Zoom or some video platform, then I think India is better.
But just another follow-up question, sir. But it will not be any problem in the future when I travel back from India. Like,
no, why would it be?
No.
It's all legal. In fact, USCIS itself says you can do it. So
okay. Perfect, sir. And yes, sir. That's it. My question. Thank you so much for
good
answering.
luck. Good luck, sir.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yash, go ahead, please. Yash.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv. Good afternoon. Thank
you
for hosting this.
Of course.
And
Yash, where did Yash go? Wow, he disappeared. Guys, I'm actually having some trouble pulling people up. So I'm going to try again in a few minutes. Ratika, you go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv. Thank you for adding me here.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. I am on L2S visa right now,
Yes.
and this year I got picked up in H1B. I am currently working for a full-time employer, and before even I got to know that I got picked up in the lottery, I was planning to switch my job, and I started looking for new jobs. So I wanted to understand from you, which is the best time to switch? Should I wait for my status to change after October 1st and then join a new company, or after my petition gets approved, then I can join a new company?
Who processed your H1B? Current employer or the future employer?
My current employer. No, there is no future employer. I just started looking out for jobs,
Achha.
but I stopped.
Yeah.
I stopped it when I got to know that
After October 1st, Ratika, because that way you are completely firmly established in your H1B. Nobody can take it away.
Okay. And what if I start interviewing, say September end, and then I join after October 1st, 2nd? No, not a problem.
That's good. No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good
Thank
luck.
you so much. That's all I had.
You're
Thank
welcome. Bye-bye. Ravi Kiran, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I am currently on an L1B, and I had a luck with H1B from a different company this year. All I wanted to check is there is a gap between my end of my L1B and the start of H1B, which starts on 1st of October. So during this period, if I have to utilize B2, should I have to utilize B2, or is there a gap kind of thing for this kind
How
of
much is,
conversions?
you said there's a gap between your L1B ending, your H1B starting, right? That's what you said?
Yes. Yeah, almost like June, July, August, September, 4 months of gap.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think, well, the problem is if you apply for a B2, then you get change of status to B2. And you are going from L1B to H1, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I don't think I have a good answer for you. There are several legal issues in this situation. One of the issues is if you convert to B2, then you're on B2, not on H1, right? But then I would argue your H1 only kicks in on October 1st, but then you got your L2 to H1B, not B2 to H1B. Here is what you should do, Ravi. You contact the USCIS customer service. This is going to be a half-day job, or you're going to be on the phone. If you ask them that question, they should kick you up to an adjudications officer, level 2 officer. The level 2 officer will either give you their officer number or they'll give you their first name. You ask them this question. I think, this is my guess, I think you can convert to B2 for only 4 months. Ask for B2 only for 4 months. October 1st, you automatically go to H1B. That's what I think, that's the way it should work. But double check it with an adjudications officer. Okay?
Got it. And the same goes for my dependents as well, right? Whatever that I am eligible
you are in the
to,
same boat. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you do, they should do the same thing. Okay?
Got it.
Good luck.
Thank you, Rajiv.
You're welcome.
I really thank you for hosting this general knowledge
it's
session.
my pleasure.
And not just my question.
Absolutely.
Not just my question, but hearing to all of them gives a lot of knowledge.
Of course, Ravi. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Krunal, go ahead. Krunal.
Yeah, hi, Rajiv. So I have a question. Like I'm on H1B and I'll be receiving my I-140 in few months.
So, एक second. Krunal, एक second. Pooja is in the listeners. Pooja, I've been trying to pull you up. I've tried it many, many times, like 5-6 times. It's for some reason I just am not able to pull you up. So I don't know what the problem is. I'm trying. Okay. If we are not able to talk today, guys, anybody, just log in next Thursday. We'll be on our personal call, and then we can talk there. Okay. So, but I'm going to try to accommodate. Yeah, one second, Krunal. I'm going to try to accommodate as many people as I can today. Okay. So, Krunal, yeah, go ahead, Krunal. Sudhir, you are also available? 1 second, Krunal. Sudhir, you are available? Okay, Krunal, let me have Sudhir go first. He was here for a long time.
Sure.
Sudhir, go ahead, please.
Yes. Hey, hi, Rajiv. Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Rajiv, my question is like, in last year I got my H1B picked, so I got my I-797B approved. Even I have went for visa interview, but unfortunately I got 221Z. So on last November, but until I haven't got any response from USCIS. So, but in last month, one of my friend referred the opening in his company, which is in USA, but I have given interview to them, so they were okay to do some cap exemption transfer. So is that would be an issue?
Well, see, if the 221G is about you, they're not going to issue you an H1B. Yes. If the 221G is about your company, they might issue it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yes, Rajiv.
All right. Take care, sir.
So, Rajiv, is there any way...
Sudhir, sorry I moved you. I thought you were done. Okay. Krunal, go ahead, please. Krunal, go ahead.
Yeah, Rajiv. So as I was saying, I'm on H1B and I'll be receiving my I-140 in few months. So after I get my I-140, if I switch my employer, like what happens to my I-140 and what about the EAD, what my dependent will be having?
Okay. All right. So let's back it up a little bit. Your dependent, your spouse, she's on H4 EAD. You are on H1. Your I-140 is approved. Has your I-140 been approved for 180 days?
No, I'm saying like it's a future scenario. Like I haven't received my I-140.
Okay.
I'm just...
Okay, so the way it works is, this has been actually discussed by the USCIS. They said if your I-140 was pending 180 days, then you have the right to keep extending your H-1B with any employer, and so does your spouse to keep extending her H4 EAD. So therefore, she will have the same benefit as you will. Okay.
Okay. And okay. follow-up question for this is like in case if I switch my employer after 180 days and my current employer is not willing to file I-140, so what happens for the
Oh, wait.
priority period?
Back up that truck for a moment. The new employer has to start the green card from the very beginning, not just the I-140.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, so in case if they don't file, I lose the benefits.
You don't lose the benefit, but you won't have an H-1B, and if the priority dates become current, they won't give you H-1B extensions anymore.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck, Kunal.
Thanks, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Vishal, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv sir. Question I had is, does wage scale level impact your approval chances, H-1B petition approval chances?
Not right now. Of course, level 1 wages are considered to be suspect unless you are truly an entry-level employee. They don't like to see level 1 wages, but there is no direct bearing of the wage on the chances of approval currently. All right?
Got it. And what is considered as entry level? Like, is it for employer perspective or employee perspective?
So no, it is the job perspective. So entry level is a beginner level, just out of college, learning the ropes, no experience. Level 2 is a little bit more experienced. Level 3 is technically advanced. Level 4 is somebody who's really the technical lead almost.
Okay. Right. So if like 1 to 3 year experience, does it fall under?
It depends upon the job. I would say 1 to 3 could fall under level 1 or level 2. So it depends.
Okay.
Depends upon the job. Not something I can answer in the hypothetical. Okay.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Manikanta, go ahead, please. You're welcome, sir. Manikanta, go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv. Yeah, hi, Rajiv. Thanks for calling me.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for my friend. She has like opted for H-1B in 2021 in India, and it got approved. But because of Project Hold, she has left it over there, and she has applied for F1, and she came to US. So the visa status, H-1B visa status, is still approved. It was not withdrawn.
Okay.
So can she apply for new H1 or?
Okay. So hang on, Mani. Let's back it up a little bit. So your friend was in India when the H-1B got approved?
Yes.
Okay. So
she filed it from India.
She filed it from India. Okay. Did she get her visa stamping done?
For H-1B, no.
Okay.
For F1, she did.
Yeah. So here is the area of doubt. USCIS has said in many cases that unless you get visa stamp or you get change of status, we consider you to be still not out of the lottery. Okay. I think it's an incorrect interpretation of the law. And we have done many cases like your friends, and we were able to get H-1B transfers done. Okay. So my advice to your friend would be, it's worth a shot. Try it. You can argue that I'm not subject to the lottery anymore. It should work. Okay.
Or else, can she file a H-1B lottery for the next year?
When was her H-1B approved, by the way? From which year to which year?
2021.
Yeah.
2020.
She should be okay. She should be exempt from the lottery. It's worth trying. Try it during the year this time. If it doesn't work, then of course apply for lottery. Can she apply for lottery? Nothing can stop her. Absolutely.
Okay. So as even it is approved, she can apply for lottery for the next, with the new company.
Why
That's
not?
what you're saying.
Why not?
Because the project is still on hold. She don't want to work on that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why.
Yep. Go for it. All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rajiv.
You're welcome.
So, is there any change with the lottery process? Like, if she
Not
wants
so far.
to.
No, it's the same process.
So, does she need to mention the previous H1B lottery details?
She does not.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Deeptiman,
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello.
Thanks for doing. I remember talking to you a few days back. Generally, amazing experience, and appreciate that. Well, I have a couple of questions. One is, how complicated is it to travel when you have AP/EAD card renewal in progress?
That's a little complicated. First of all, do you have an existing AP approval?
Yes.
Okay. So EAD, no problem. If you travel with an existing AP which is already approved and return within the life of that AP, then there is no problem even with the pending AP.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So meaning that
So
it is better to not
no,
till the
no.
time
Let's say you have an advance parole extension pending. Your current advance parole expires in July. You leave now
Exactly.
and you come back before July, you have no issues.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But if you come
So
back,
it is after.
yeah, if you come back on H1B or L1B visa after July, AP has expired, then the pending AP is already gone. You have to come and apply for AP again.
Okay.
All right.
So better to get a valid. It's valid now, but yeah. So it's in renewal. Okay, got it.
Right.
And changing job with a AP/EAD card, how flexible it is?
Very flexible, because if your I-140 is approved, 485 has been pending 180 days, all you need is the same or similar job. Go to our website, immigration.com, read the frequently asked questions. I have discussed this issue like 50 times in great detail, nauseating detail. Okay. Good luck.
Got it. And one last question. This is in related to one of the discussions I was hearing from one of the folks. Looking for job. This is for a friend of mine. Looking for a job with B2. Is this a new rule, and is it for those who got laid off for that? Facilitate that?
We always used to do that. We've done that for years.
Okay.
Nothing
Now,
new.
recently there was a news in.
That news. That news is so stupid. I feel like that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Because they said, oh, look at this new rule. Now you can look for a job on B2. That was always the case. Nothing new here. It's like it's like celebrating the discovery of fire. It was always there. No big deal.
Yeah. So the headline was so stupid. A lot of people call me my friends. Oh, really? We can do that right now? I like. No, you can't. I can find out, but
yeah, I've been putting that straight for weeks now. So, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody has to make a living, I guess. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I'm good now.
You're welcome. You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye. अच्छा जी, हुमेरा बानो, चलिए, you are next.
Hi Rajiv, thank you. So I am presently on F1 visa. I am graduating in May, and I filed for H1B. I got two. I filed it through two companies. Both of them completely unrelated, and my H1B lottery got picked from both the employers. I had a question if I can file through. So the joining date of both the companies is like 6 months apart, one in June and then one 5 months later. So I had a question if I can file with the company that I'm starting with recently and then transfer my H1B, or I will have to choose only one company.
No, you can file with both. As to the timing, etc., you can discuss with your lawyers, what is the best way forward. You can definitely apply through both. I don't see any problem with that. But remember one thing, you can ask for a start date no more than 6 months ahead from the date of application. So from the date you apply, your start date has to be within 6 months of that. And most people prefer October 1st as the start date.
Okay. So what I mean is, my start date is in June. for the company that I'm going ahead filing my H1B with, and but I want to switch to the other company in like November. So can I transfer my H1B?
Yeah, so your question is really this. Hang on. Your question is, until October, can I just continue working any job on F1? The answer is yes, because your H1B doesn't begin till October 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then in October, after October, if I file with let's say company A, I can transfer it to company B starting December or January.
Okay, now you're confusing yourself unnecessarily, Humera. I just gave you the bottom line because now you're just going around in circles. I'll tell you how. Bottom line, no H1B can begin before October 1st. And if once your H1B is approved, you can apply for a transfer at any time.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rageshri, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv. Thanks for adding me. I do have one question, which is I just moved back to India as my H1B didn't get picked up, and my EAD got expired in Feb 2023, and I came back to India. But my F1 is still valid till July, as I completed masters in 1.5 years. My question is, can I just convert my can I just apply for B1, or is it will be a change of status, or will I have to apply a fresh B1, B2?
If you're outside the United States, you'll apply for a visa.
Will it be like fresh, completely new B1, B2?
Absolutely, completely new.
Okay. And okay. Thanks, Raju. And one more thing is, if I will just apply for day one CPT or any other colleges which requires which is allowed for day one CPT, can I just do that being outside of US?
I don't know the answer to that. Well, can you do it? Yes, but is the consulate going to create problem about that? I do not know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yashika, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yes, ma'am.
I have questions on behalf of my husband. My husband was recently laid off and he has H1, which is valid till November 2024. But his grace period is going to end on 22nd of April. So, and I already have an H1. So we were thinking about an option to get him transferred to H4.
Yes.
And then in case if he's not able to find the job within the 60 days of grace period, which is only left, I think 7 days or so are left.
Right.
So what is the process of getting him back on H1, and is that feasible?
Yeah, sure. It's perfectly feasible. The only requirement is he can be converted back to H1 only if his H4 is already approved. If it is still pending, he's legal to stay, but he will have to go get a visa stamp after his H1B is approved because the H4 is still pending. A pending status is not a perfect status. It is legal status, but you can't change it to H1.
So if we do it through H4 change of status, even then he will have to go back.
Yeah, if the change of status is still pending, if it is approved, there is no problem. If it is still pending, then he's stuck with having to go outside USA for visa stamping. Okay.
And in case if he gets a job before, in a day or two before the 22nd of April, and it still leaves a week, is that enough time to get the entire H1 transfer and everything done within this 1 week?
No. I need at least 10-12 days. Any law firm that starts an H1B will need at least 10-12 days, I think. Unless there's an already approved LCA sitting around somewhere, which is unlikely. Okay.
Understood. Okay. So there's no way to file a change of status of H4 and then take it back and then
no, that doesn't work.
Move to H1.
No, that doesn't work. Okay.
Okay.
Good
All
luck,
right.
ma'am.
Thank you. That was my question.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, Isha, I'm trying to pull you up, Isha Grover. For some reason, this system is creating a... I'm not sure this is quite free of glitches because I can't
Hello,
seem...
Rajiv. This is Alec. Oh, sorry.
One second, ma'am. I keep trying to pull you up, but it's not working. Okay. So I'll try to pull up as many people as I can. There's some glitch in this system. Okay. Now, in the order that I see you guys on my dashboard, Lakshya, you go first. Lakshya?
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Rajiv.
Hello.
Thanks a lot for holding this session.
Sure.
So, I got my H1B lottery approved last year in 2022, and my visa was stamped in February this month, February this year. So, but the situation of my company is like they may not be able to call me at in US this year. So I wanted to ask, like, if some other company in US is ready to file H1B transfer for me, so am I eligible for cap exempt H1B
Yeah.
transfer there?
Yes. You have your H1B approved, and you said you got your visa stamped, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You can transfer, no problem. All right.
And would I need to get a new visa stamp
No.
on my passport for that?
No. You can use the same visa.
So, like, usually, what is the timeline for this process? Does it take 1 or 2 months, or the new company just needs to get the petition approved for me?
Yeah, the petition approval, if they file it premium processing, it will only take a few weeks.
Okay, thanks.
All right, good luck.
And in second scenario, like, if instead of moving to US, I just change my employer in India. So for how many years I'm eligible for cap exempt in future H1B transfers if I decide to go
6
to
years.
US, suppose
6 years.
4 years later?
6 years, sir. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good
Thanks
luck.
a lot, Rajiv.
You're
I had
welcome.
just these questions.
Good
Thanks a
luck. Bye-bye. Alakhya?
Yeah, hi, Rajiv. Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for asking. I have a question, for me and my husband. We both have like a H1B, and in H1B, so I just wanna convert to the H4 EID after approving my I-140 is good, or before only is like a good.
Okay. You want to convert to H4. Is that what you said, ma'am?
Right.
Okay.
So
And
I have a confused state here. Like before I-140 was approved, then I have to move to the H4, or is that better? Or if not, it's not nothing a matter to convert before is thing. I have a question.
actually, ma'am, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking me. Okay. So let's try again. Hang on. Let me ask the question and you answer them. Your husband is on H1, correct?
Right.
You are on H1, correct?
Right.
You want to convert to H4, correct?
Right.
Question is, what should be the timing, right? What should be the timing of the H4? What are you asking about? Timing for his H4 extension, your H4 expiration? What do you want to time it to, your H4 conversion? That's what I don't understand.
No. Here was I just wanna, if it is like for the comfort zone, I wanna move to the H4 EID. For that, I wanna my I-140 was after approving. I just wanna move to the H4 is good or before.
Oh, okay. So here is what you should do. You should wait until your I-140 is approved and it has been pending 180 days, then move to H4.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Understood.
So that is what is the best for you from every which way. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck, ma'am. Okay, well, finally I was able to pull up Pooja. Pooja, you are a troublemaker, man. Very difficult to get you up. So is for Isha. For I don't know. Must have tried you guys 7 times. Pooja, go ahead, please. Ask your question.
I think when I disconnected and tried to connect back, then I could,
I don't know what happened.
get pulled into the session. There must be some glitch.
No
so,
worries.
Rajiv, I had one question, and initially, thank you so much for attending and conducting these sessions.
Of course.
It's very helpful to know more information, right? So, one of the questions that I had is, I had got recently affected with the tech layoff. My end date with my old employer was 10th of March. And thankfully, I already have a next offer as well. And just this week, I got my I-797 approved with the new employer. And I have that copy with me and also the LCA with me. So the thing is, my joining date with my new employer is 1st of May. And I have a couple more weeks in between right now. So 2 questions I had for you is, now that my I-797 is already approved with the new employer, does current period where I'm not having any paychecks are still considered in the grace period? And would you recommend me traveling internationally because I'm planning to go and see my family and come back before I start with my new job?
Well, let me just make sure I understand your situation. You got laid off. You applied for an H-1B with another employer within the 60-day grace period. You've got the H-1B transfer approved, and it has come with an I-94, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, first of all, your question was, is there a problem? I have a couple of weeks of no pay. That's not an issue. Okay?
Okay.
That's not something you need to worry about. You're fine. Can you travel? Yes, you can, but then you have to go for visa stamping, right? You don't have an H-1B visa stamp on your passport, do you?
I do have stamping from my old employer.
When does, hang on, Pooja, back up. Pooja, back up. When does that expire? When does that expire, that visa stamp?
March 2025.
Ah, तो फिर क्या problem है? Yeah, go. You can use the new approval with the old visa, no problem.
Okay, that sounds good.
Acha, one more thing. When you are returning, na, so typically your H-1B is good till 2026. Just watch the I-94. If they give you an I-94 which is coextensive with your visa, that is wrong. They should not give it to you till 2025 only. They should give you an I-94 all the way to 2026. Okay? So you can ask to speak with a supervisor. वहाँ पे Customs and Border Protection पे just say I want to speak with a supervisor. This is not right. Give me an I-94 all the way to 2026. Okay?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rajiv.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay. So, Harry, I'm going to go to Isha first. She and Pooja were the longest waiting people. So, yeah. Isha, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rajiv ji. Thank you for hosting such sessions. They're very informative.
Yes,
I just have one question.
Ji.
I am currently serving my grace period and I got an offer from another employer and they have also filed for my transfer, but it has not been approved yet and it went into RFE and my grace period ends this month end on 28th. And they are saying that it might not get approved before that.
Well, so hang on, Isha, you don't need to have an approval of the H-1B before your grace period ends. You just have to file it before your grace period ends.
Right. I kind of try to check with the immigration team from my new employer.
Weren't you talking to me
yes,
in the back room?
I did message you.
Well, that's exactly what it is. So don't worry about it.
So, but they are mentioning, like from the immigration team, from the new employer, they are mentioning that you need to get onboarded to stop your grace period.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
tell them to talk to a better lawyer, okay?
So there would be no issues, at least from USCIS perspective, right? I will not go out of status.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for your time.
Good luck. Okay, now let's go to Harry. He's been very patient. Where is Harry? 1 second.
So,
Haan ji. Harry, go ahead, please.
Hey,
Hi.
Thank you so much for hosting this. Really
Sure.
appreciate it. And that too from a fellow Punjab University alumni.
ਅੱਛਾ
I really appreciate that.
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਹੈ?
ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਰ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਦੇ ਡੀਏਵੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ 14 ਦੀ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਸੈਕਟਰ 15 ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਟੈਲ ਮੀ ਹਾਊ ਕੈਨ ਆਈ ਹੈਲਪ ਯੂ?
Alright, so my question is, I actually applied for my adjustment of status last year. It was April of last year. I got my EAD back in November, but I still haven't heard anything on my advance parole. And
Harry, hang on. Let me back you up a little bit. I have many cases where we are getting green card approvals before we are getting advance parole approvals.
Okay. Yeah, but there hasn't been any movement on my green card either for the last 1 year. So I'm just wondering, is there anything you can do in terms of giving USCIS a nudge?
Look, if your 485 is showing beyond normal processing, by all means, nudge them. But if it is within normal processing, no amount of nudging is going to help you.
Okay. And then because I had some travel plans coming up, so I was wondering, since my advance parole is outside the processing time, is there something that we can do about just the advance parole?
So let me suggest something to you. If you can combine business with pleasure, for example, if your employer says, look, we want you to attend this conference or meet with this client, you can ask the government to expedite your advance parole on that basis.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's all I have.
Yeah, and the way you do that is you contact the customer service, tell them I want my advance parole expedited. They'll say why, and then you tell them the reason. They'll ask you to, I think, email or upload the documents, and that's the end of it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right, so let's go now in the order I see people, guys. It's impossible for me to keep track otherwise. So let's go to Shashank. Shashank, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thanks for being setting up this session. Quick question, and this is general. Say, for example, I have I-140 approved, and my wife goes on EAD, and she is working on an EAD. Can I file I-140 for her having a lawyer?
No, but I-140 is only available if she goes through the PUM process or whatever her process is, whether it's in, So she has to independently apply for a green card to earn an I-140.
Agreed. But now she's on H1, and say, for example, her employer doesn't allow her to, they are not filing the I-140 and her term ends and she comes on EAD.
Okay, wait. Shashank, 1 second.
Yep.
When you say the employer is not filing the I-140, have they filed the PUM?
No, not yet. But my I-140 is in process.
Your I-140 does not give her an I-140. You are married, but not that much married.
No, I understand. But if she is going on EAD and she starts working with a company 2 years from now after I get my I-140, can she again file PERM through a new employer?
Yeah. Dekho, hang on.
She's working on
I think I can condense your question into one sentence. Is being on H4 or H4 EAD a problem for filing an independent green card for her? The answer is no. Okay. No problem. She can apply for her own independent green card even though she's on H4 EAD. Her employer can start her green card. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Good luck. Yash, go ahead, please. Yash Dhawan.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv.
Hello.
Thank you for hosting this session.
Of course.
I have a question regarding my situation. So I'm currently in the third year of my OPT and then got picked up with the H1B lottery. And my EAD is valid till first week of Jan. So basically, I have I've been researching it for the last year. So I have two options basically. One is working remotely and one is the D1 CPT. About D1 CPT, I read through your blog and I really got a lot of knowledge. Only one big con is I won't be able to go outside US. And working remotely,
even that is debatable, Yash, but I am very conservative. When it comes to our clients, I don't like to take any chances. I mean, I would take all kinds of dumb chances in my own life, but I wouldn't want to do that for you. So it is best to avoid travel until you get back onto H1B.
Oh, sir, like by chance, like I'm day one CPT, and if there's some emergency and I have to go outside US, so there is still a hope that I can get the stamping.
See,
right?
if you
Like,
notice, I've been advising people, if you pick up CPT, then pick up something that enhances your career.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that way.
Like I completely read your blog.
That way there is no debate about why are you doing this. So my previous degree was let's say in social sciences. Now I'm doing a degree in data science because I'm interested in marrying the two fields. Good reason. My first degree was in computer science, and now I'm focusing on machine learning, neural networks, and all that. That's why I have a second degree going. Yeah, then there's a good reason for it. So enhance your career as you earn a second degree, and that makes travel a lot safer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because like what I was going through, because it shows the intent that you are on F1 to work, not to study.
Yeah.
So I got your point. Like I have to have this case. Like I really want to study.
Exactly.
And there's a follow-up question on that. So the second option that I have is working remotely. So there's a special situation. It's like my company has employees all over the world, like in different countries, but they don't have an entity, like an office in that country.
Yeah. Are you thinking of an L1, Yash?
Yeah, sir. L1B. I'm thinking of going outside.
I have not looked into this issue. In other words, the question is an L1 possible where an employee is working for a company directly, even though the company doesn't have another company outside the United States? So the answer is, I don't really know the answer to that question. Something in the back of my mind reminds me that I had read somewhere and noted it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yes, it might be worth having it looked at. Let a lawyer research it for you and give you a definitive answer rather than depending upon my guess. So I think there's something there that's worth looking into.
Yes, sir. So I have been looking into this, and the thing is, they have one office back in India, so I can go there and work for a year.
That's perfect.
Apply for H1B.
Achha, one thing more, Yash. Let's take a scenario where they have at least one office outside USA, let's say in India, but you go and work from Canada reporting to India. That's perfectly okay.
Oh. And so like L1B visa are like difficult.
Very difficult.
Nowadays, like
very difficult. Very difficult visa. Okay. One of the most difficult visas.
That's what my concern, because the lawyers were saying like you have to be distinguished engineer or something like that.
No, it's not. It's not distinguished. It's not distinguished. You have to prove that your knowledge is superior to the knowledge of people in the normal engineering field, in your field, open market, and also within the company you have some knowledge above and beyond the others. It doesn't have to be unique, but it has to be more advanced. Okay, there are actually, it's more complicated than that. They call it specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge can be two types, advanced or special. Special means something else, advanced means something. But the bottom line is you got something going that nobody else does, or very few people do.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, they were right. Like it's L1B is still difficult.
Good lawyers, stick with them. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That was all the question.
Good luck. You so much. Good luck. Siddiq, go ahead, please. Mr. Syed.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello.
Glad for this QnA session and opportunity.
Sure, my pleasure.
My question is regarding H1B. My lottery got picked last year in 2022, and LCA was approved, but the petition didn't go through.
Achha.
And this year again, my lottery got picked. Can I use the same LCA this year, or should I have to?
No, then you would lose 1 year on your H1B. Why do that? LCA is simple enough. Just get it done again. Okay.
Okay, but there's another scenario. My STEM OPT is expired in February this year, and I'm on grace period, and I'll be out of status in 10 days.
Hang on 1 second. Are they filing? The filing period has started. So if they file your H1B within your grace period and you have to use the old LCA, talk to your lawyers. if that old LCA is still usable, then use it, because that way you can stay in the US while you can't work, but you can stay in the US while the case is pending.
Sure. If I have to file the new LCA, switching to B2 is a good
I think so. I think it's okay, because even USCIS has said that you can. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Rishikesh, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv. Hope you're well.
All good.
My question is regarding Day 1 CPT. So I'm planning on enrolling into a Day 1 CPT program this July. And if, by fortune, if my H1 gets selected next year, my question here is, if I still have like 2 semesters pending and the H1 is approved before October 1st or that timeline, can I still continue my education?
Oh, absolutely.
Working on H1?
Absolutely. Because remember, on H1B, while you hold an H1B, you can also go to school full-time or part-time. No problem.
Okay. But I'll still have a legal I-20 as
No,
well as
that
an
I-20 is
H1.
gone. No more I-20. You will be going to school on H1B, not F1.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
And in the other scenario, if my H1 gets selected in the following year, say in 2025, and I've already graduated, I can graduate before the H1B approval. So, say for example, H1B approval gets in September, but I graduate in June. So what happens in that 2 months? Can I still continue with my employer working, or do I have to like take a unemployment gap?
So, okay, this is confusing. So you would be on CPT, you would have applied for an H1B, then there is a gap. You can't work because you are not covered by cap gap.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't work.
So whatever that gap would be, I'll have to be unpaid.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Mohinder, go ahead, please. Mohinder.
Yeah, thanks, Rajiv, for connecting.
Of course.
So I'm on STEM OPT. My OPT EAD end date is in June, but my visa is valid till next year. Luckily, I got picked for H1B this year from a startup, but as they will be filing for my H1B. So my question is, if my H1B, just in case it gets denied, will I have the F1 60-day grace period after that?
If you are, okay, let me get this straight. So you apply for an H1B, but your F1 has already expired. You know, I don't know the answer to
EAD
that.
will get expired. F1 will expire next year.
I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't looked into it. So let's do this again. Maybe I do know. This is something that completely, I've never encountered this before. Let's try to think about this again. So you're currently on OPT, right? You're currently on OPT.
Yeah. STEM.
Yeah. So you've got cap gap now, let's say all the way to October, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if your H1B gets denied and it's still before October and you're still in your cap gap, you will get 60 days. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
And as a backup, I can enroll for Day 1 CPT then, if needed.
I don't know if you can. Double check that with the school, because I know that on OPT you can't be enrolled in school again while you're on OPT. So can you do it during STEM, during cap? I don't think so, but you can double check with the school.
Okay, sure.
However,
thank you so much.
However, you can go back to school in the 60-day grace period. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can apply, enroll then. I can
Yes.
my savings
Yes.
during the grace period.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nishtha. Bhakti?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for hosting this session.
Of course.
I have a question. So I was working, I was on STEM OPT, but unfortunately my employer laid me off, and I want to go back to CPT. So that's like the only option right now. But first question is, do we need an employer for that? specifically to go back on day 1 CPT.
Oh, hold on.
I was also
Hold on. Let's understand your situation. So you are currently you are currently working on STEM OPT.
yes, and my H1 did not get picked up. This was my last chance.
Okay, so your STEM OPT is over now?
No, it will be over by May 31st.
Okay, and then you are thinking of going back to day 1 CPT, and your question is, do I need an employer? Yes, you do.
Yes. Okay.
You do.
And do I have any grace period for finding an employment?
I think 1 second. OPT is expiring 60 days, ma'am. 60
Okay,
days.
60.
You can talk to your DSO because I think before the session begins or by the time the session begins, you have to have an employer. They have to enter into an agreement with the employer also.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Rushil, you've been waiting a long time here. Sorry. Go ahead, please.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for hosting this session.
Of course. Go ahead.
So I have a question. So I have a friend, he's on STEM OPT. So fortunately his H1 lottery got picked this time. But the problem is, he's through a consultancy. So they are telling him right now, till he gets a project, they cannot file for him. So question is, even though employer A has submitted his name for lottery and got picked up, can an employer B or different employer file for his H1?
No. Only the employer who got picked up in the lottery is the one who can apply. You can't transfer lotteries.
So what are his options right now? Next year's last chance, so he doesn't want to lose this H1 lottery this time. Any alternative methods?
He's got to find a project, or his employer has to find a project for him.
Okay, all right. So otherwise, he has to find a different consultancy, and they have to work out something and give an offer letter or something. Is that what's required?
No, that's fraud. Unless there's a genuine job.
Okay. He was just asking me.
No.
He was just asking.
Tell him no, because fraud is a permanent bar from entering the US. And if the government wants to get tough, fraud is also a felony. It's punishable, I think, by 5 years in prison. No, don't mess around with something silly like that.
Okay. What about this? Can his consultancy file for him as an internal project, and once he finds a project, can they do an amendment or something like that?
That is another form of fraud. If they say that we have a project and they don't, that's fraud. Don't get involved with that. Okay.
So the only option is he has to find a project as soon as possible before June 30th.
Well, somebody has to find him a project, yes.
And when is the last day he can find a project technically? Is there a time frame?
So I would say, look, it takes a couple of weeks for the H1B to be filed. So do the math. Okay.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Rushil. Saistha, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi Rajiv. I hope you are doing well. So my question is, I recently graduated from University at Blvd.
Nahi, pehle ruko. You asked me if I was doing well. You have to wait for my response. Otherwise, you can't go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. I am doing well. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's all
good. I recently graduated from UB and currently I'm on F1 OPT. Okay. So initially I was scheduled to join Amazon on Feb 20 but they pushed my joining date to August 21st. Okay. So I started exploring new opportunities and I reached out to a consultancy.
1 second. Are you on first year OPT?
Yeah.
Okay. So first year OPT, you have a lot of options. As long as you are working in your own field of expertise, you can volunteer without getting paid. For example, a professor can give you a research project and you can work 20 hours or more. So least is 20 hours. It doesn't have to be 40-hour job. So you can do free employment, you can work 20 hours, and you can even freelance if you can document your hours. So I always give the example of a client who was a graphics designer, and she started doing freelance work. Only thing I told her was, make sure you can document how many hours you worked. And one easy way to do that is from the invoices that you send your clients. How many hours are you billing for? Okay. So understand your flexibility. Now go ahead, please.
Yeah, so the thing is, I reached out to one consultancy, and both consultancy and Amazon filed my H1B, and my lottery got picked up from consultancy, not Amazon. So, and my new joining date is August 21st, and we started getting background emails from Amazon. So, is it possible for Amazon to transfer my H1B before October 1st? Like, if I'll get an approval notice from USCIS from before October
So
1st, 21st?
I'll condense your question into one sentence, which says that if company X wins my lottery and they get my H1B approved before October 1st, can I transfer to Amazon without waiting for October 1st to arrive? The answer is yes, as long as company X does not revoke your H1B before October 1st.
Okay.
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 Good luck.
And one follow-up question, like, is there, like, if I want to work for Amazon and my H1B got approved, and so is there any way, like, I can, like, if my, I can drop that H1B and work for, like, if company X does not allow me to transfer it, so is it possible to, drop that H1B and work for company Amazon?
After October 1st, sure, they can transfer your H1B. All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rishi, go ahead, please. Rishi, for some reason I didn't see you. Rishi, go ahead. Rishi Vadva. All right. Meghna, please go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv. Thank you for hosting these sessions. They're extremely informative.
Good.
I had a quick clarification.
Did you want to know how I am, ma'am?
Absolutely. I've heard that you're doing fine.
All right, go ahead.
So I had a quick question on pursuing a degree while on H1B. So currently I'm on H1B, and it's like it's been 1.5 years. And I wish to pursue another degree. I'm aware that you can do a full-time job like while on H1B and pursue the degree part-time. But I was wondering if I can go back to school like for 2 whole years within those 6 years of that H1B grace or like the H1B time and come back.
Okay. So I can again condense. Rishi, mute yourself, Rishi, please. Rishi, I'll ask you to unmute. Rishi?
I am on mute.
नहीं आप म्यूट पे नहीं हो ना. I can hear you. आपकी तरफ से noise आ रही है उस तरफ से कुछ. There's a background noise.
What about now?
No, still there. Let me try to mute you.
Yeah, please. It says it's mute for me.
अच्छा यहाँ इधर से mute नहीं है because I can hear you. Okay, we'll bear with it. So Meghna, I'll go back to your question and condense it. If I am on H1 and I've used, let's say, X number of years of H1, can I convert to student status and still get back the H1 that I have later on when I finish my degree? Yeah, it's done all the time. Students from computer science, electronics engineering will work for 3-4 years, then they go and do their MBA from Wharton, and they go change their field and become, technocrats, and they still have H1 left, and they can change their field as well. Got it?
Yes. So just a follow-up question, or rather 2 follow-up questions. One is, so does this pursuing of the MBA have to be done within those first 6 years of the H1B? And
No,
second is,
no. I don't think you would have that problem. Part of it is the $1 million question is, when does the 6th year begin? Is it from the date of approval or the date till approval?
okay.
So far, the date till approval counts. Okay. So if you have been approved from 23 to 26, your 6 years should begin in 26.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, but now that's what I know today. This is just a policy statement from USCIS. It's never been documented anywhere, but this is my personal experience.
All right.
Okay.
And so when you're done pursuing the MBA, you said that we can come back on the H1B. So I'm assuming we are not subject to going back into the lottery again, right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Meghna. Good luck, ma'am.
Hope you have a good day.
You too, ma'am. Bye-bye. Hanji Rishi, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hi, sorry, I have a more generic question. So, when is USCIS expected to release how many applications they received and how many people have actually been successful in filing and
Rishi, I don't have a deadline for when they will do that, but I strongly suspect that we are going to see a second lottery maybe around July or so. That's just my math.
Okay, thank you. That really made my day. Thank you.
Yeah, don't go celebrating yet. We haven't heard anything definitive, but I think so.
Yeah, I will stay employed. No worries.
All right. Good luck.
Can you please push me down? I'm having a hard time.
Hanji. I'll do. Yeah, there are glitches in the system, I think. Okay. When I try to push you, I just muted you. That's weird. Okay, Pawan, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rajiv. How are you?
I am well. Go ahead, please.
Thanks for hosting this session. Yeah, so I just have this question. So my STEM EAD is expiring on July 1st week. And my H1B is picked through another employer. So from July to October, like what status I'll be? Like I have to apply gap through other employer?
No, wait. So you're an OPT, right?
Yes, STEM OPT.
Yeah, so you're entitled to gap. And you can have, I don't see any problem with that because the law is clear. You can actually even change employers during gap. So what does that mean? That means even though an H1B is being filed by another employer, you should be able to enjoy gap with the current employer. Talk to your DSO and confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it should work. So I don't think you should have a problem.
That's perfect then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if the H1 is filed through another employer, I can still work with the current employer on those 2-3 months.
I don't see why not.
Right.
Okay.
From October 1st, I have to just be with.
Then you have to. Right? Then you have to move. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okay. The reason I waited till the very last moment. These are the last 4 people. I've been doing this for all over 2 hours by now, almost 3. Okay, what the hell? Just last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, guys. That's it. No more, okay? Other batch of people, then I'll see you next Thursday at our personal conference. I'll post the event. Now let me pull people up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2 I'm having a hard time pulling up. Okay, everybody's here. Great. Now it's a party. Okay. Nidhi, go ahead.
Oh, hi, sir. Hi again. I hope you're doing fine.
I am.
Yeah, I had a question regarding, so for the Devon CPT University, which I go, is it possible for me to get an employment after I start my master's, like in the middle of it? So
you have to check.
So let me say this way.
Hang on. You have to check with the DSO. They will not be able to authorize CPT until you have an employer. But can you do it in the middle of a semester? That I don't know. It depends upon which courses you are taking. So you have to check with your DSO. I don't know how it works.
Okay. So in a, like if I get it correct, so is employment necessary for doing enrolling in a Devon CPT University?
Not for enrolling, but for getting CPT authorization.
Yes. If, for example, say if I don't have an employment by the time I enroll in the university, and I'm just studying for say 2 months, and in between, and after 2 months I get an employment offer, and then I can pursue.
I don't know, Nidhi. I don't know the answer to that question because my guess is, again, this is a guess. My guess is CPT will be connected to a particular course because you're getting credits for that work. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're not taking that course, let's say in the spring semester, then you could take that course in the summer semester. So in other words, day one CPT does not have to begin on day one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, that's what I think. By the way, you are connected with me. No, you're not. Okay, just let me know. You can just drop me an email or just stop by in one of these conversations. Let me know what your school says. Okay.
Okay, so with the school I checked in. So the thing is, they have like academic work placement form, which is required by employer if I'm currently employed, and the other one is the waiver form. So that says like I'll inform university. In the meanwhile, I get an Meanwhile, I get an offer letter from an employer. So there are two options on the university, which
I have no idea. So I am as confused as you are, even more so because my knowledge is completely half-baked. I would call the DSO and find out what they say.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. I just thought of another thing. If you go to this website, dhs.studyinthestates.gov, that actually tells you how the DSO fills the form on SEVIS. So that should give us a complete picture. I forgot that we could just go take a look there.
Okay, can you please repeat that?
Yeah, dhs.studyinthestates, one word, studyinthestates.gov.
.gov, okay.
Yeah, because this gives you both the student side picture and the DSO side picture.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So I'm just going in the order that I see people randomly, guys. So Rohit, why don't you go ahead next?
Hey Rajiv, thank you for hosting this session and pulling me up at the last minute. So I have a question. I am currently on STEM OPT and my STEM OPT will be expiring next year in July. My employer applied for my H1 but it did not get picked this year as well. I have one chance next year, which would be my last chance. So I was just trying to see the options apart from day one CPT to continue staying here in US while maintaining my work status. So one option I have is my wife. She has her H1B approved last year and her employer is working on filing for green card. So, but she is a physical therapist. So as far as I know and what I have heard from her employer, that employment comes under Schedule A employment, and the processing for the green card is quite different as compared to us.
Hang on, back it up.
Yeah.
So the only difference between regular jobs and Schedule A jobs, which is nurses and physical therapists, is that you don't have to go through the PERM process. Okay, so you can go directly into the I-140 process. So if you wanted to get work authorization, her I-140 must be approved. But if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I think you still have to apply for prevailing wage. And that takes 7 months. So double check that. Our team takes care of all these details. Double check that, because if the prevailing wage is required, then you're looking at 7 months just to file the I-140.
Okay, so 7 months plus whatever the time it takes for I-140.
Yeah, I-140 you can get premium. That's not a problem.
Okay. So if there is no PERM, then we just need to go ahead and file I-140 just in premium processing. Is that right?
That's right. It's not, PERM is not there, that we know, but the prevailing wage is there or not, I don't remember. I think it is there.
Okay. So 7 months plus whatever the processing time is.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. And can we do H4 EAD also in premium processing so that we get that in 15 days? Because I have
that can,
1 month, 1
right
year and
now,
3 months.
Right now, they don't have any provision for H4 EAD separately. But if the H1 extension, amendment, transfer is filed premium processing and H4 and H4 EAD bundled with it, then everything will be done in premium.
Okay, so even the H4 needs to be applied along with I-140?
If you want, no. This is the total. Now we are in a different topic. You asked me about H4 EAD premium processing. Don't go back to I-140. That I presume is already approved. Otherwise, you can't even think of this. So I-140 is already approved. Now the question is, can I get my H4 EAD premium processing? That can happen only if three things are bundled together: H1 premium, H4, H4 EAD. Just remember that. You can talk to your lawyers when the time comes. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, Rajiv.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, Shafali, go ahead, please.
Hey, hi Rajiv. Appreciate your time and thanks for adding me in the session. Okay, so I have a question regarding my visa status. So currently I'm on a F1 visa, day 1 CPT, and currently working with employer A. Okay, so my husband perm process, visa process is in progress. Okay, so I have a question based on the perm as well as the I-140 process.
Yeah, Shafali, 1 second.
So let's take a
1 second. Guys, I'll only be able to do these two callers who are here. I won't be taking any more calls, please. Not today. Okay. Shafali, sorry. You are on day 1 CPT. I heard that much. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I'm on a day 1 CPT and currently working with employer A. And my husband perm process is in progress stage. Okay, so I have a question here. Once his perm approved, and he will go ahead and apply the 140, and along with it, he wants to file H4 plus H4 EAD in a premium process. And so in the meantime, can I continue working with the employer that I'm working on day 1 CPT visa?
Yeah, until your H4 change of status is approved, you're still on F1 CPT.
Okay, sounds good. And another question on this, let's say if it gets approved within the premium process timing, let's say it will take 3 to 4 weeks. And at that time, I need to just change the status, or is there any other thing that I need to do from my end? Please share your suggestions on this.
Okay, so I'm confused by the question. If you are on CPT, still maintaining valid status, once you file H4 EAD, there's nothing else left to do.
Okay. It's just I can continue working on my the future visa, which would be like H4.
CPT. Until the CPT expires, you can continue using it, or until H4 is approved.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
the answers, Sachin. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck. Abby, go ahead, please.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Rajiv. Thank you so much for this session.
Of
I really
course.
appreciate it. I want to ask a lot of questions. I hope you don't mind, but I believe your answers will be brief and short. Now, I'm an international student here in the United States. I'm on F1, although I came into the United States as a visitor. That's B2, and then I changed my status to F1. So I'm currently on the F1 status, but I don't have an F1 stamp on my passport, but I have a F1 document with me. So I'm in school now. I'm in my second year in school. So I wanted to find out about CPT now, because before I started working, before I started school here, I've been working as a designer. That's a UI designer, UX designer.
Yeah, I see that.
Designer. So I have an opportunity. I have an opportunity with a company that they want me to come on board as a consultant in their company, but I don't know if that can qualify as a CPT.
No, CPT is for a US employer.
Yeah, it's a US employer. A US employer.
They want you to work from India?
No, I'm in Nigeria. I'm in the US.
Okay. So it's an Indian-owned company that's offering you a job in USA. Can that qualify for CPT? Why not?
No, it's a US company.
US company?
It's a US company. Yeah, but CPT is for internship. I don't know if the company wants you to work as a consultant.
No. CPT is for work in your own major. They can call it whatever they want.
Major.
But basically, it's work in your own major. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the second question I have is, I have an idea of something that I think would be beneficial to a company, and I'm looking to pitch it to them. But I don't know how that would seem. That would it look like? I don't know, because would that violate my F1 status?
No. It's like me sitting down and preparing a business plan while I'm on a student status without doing anything more. Unless I do something about the business plan, I'm not violating any laws. So once you pitch it, and if they start working with you and you start getting paid for it, then we need to worry about status.
Okay, so in that kind of situation, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to have to...
I can't discuss that right now. That's a long discussion. What are my options? What that depends upon? Depends upon your resume, depends upon how much cash you can raise. Can you go to entrepreneurial parole? Can you do EB-5? I don't know. Too many things. You are from Nigeria. Is there an E2 possibility? So, you know, I can't...
there's no E2. Okay.
Yeah, so because E2 can be borrowed money, the company could lend you a couple $100,000 and you are sitting pretty. E2 gives you work authorization. So there are too many options. I can't really discuss them here.
Okay, then one more question. It's about now because I don't have a visa stamp. At the point I was thinking of going back home.
Don't travel. You travel. I would say your chances of coming back are pretty small.
Okay.
Not impossible, but small. However, if you go to H1B or L1, one of these visas, then you should be okay.
I should be okay. So then I also wanted to ask, if, for example, I had an opportunity to change to like a green card, like to change my status, would I have to forfeit my F1 status, or can I just file independently for a green card?
No. Just filing the green card doesn't take away your F1 status. Getting the green card approved takes away your F1 status.
Takes away the F1 status. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good luck, ma'am.
Attorney Rajiv, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You just call me Rajiv. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Take care. All right, folks. I'll see you next Thursday at our other conference and then the following Thursday at this conference. Once I know that, you know, everything is under control, because last week we had like over 1,000 people. So that was a little painful. But we did it for 3.5 hours. So this was not too bad. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.